This video is going to help us practice with exponents. We are going to be multiplying monomials. The first problem I'd like you to write down is this one right here. X to the third times x to the fifth times x. I'd like you to notice that right here, this one doesn't have an exponent. Anytime it's just some kind of base without an exponent, it's always to the power of 1. So the rules of exponents say as long as the bases are the same and we are multiplying, we can add up the exponents. 3 plus 5 plus 1 is x to the 9th power. The reason why this happens is because x to the third means x times x times x. X to the fifth means that there's 5 of them. And then x to the first power means there's 1. Well, if you count all those up, that's where the 9 comes from. So the shortcut method, we can just add up all the exponents. Here's another one. You can try this one, pause it, and come back and see how you did. First off, I've got a coefficient of 3 and 4. You treat those like normal and just take 3 times 4. That'll give you 12. Now my bases, I have x's right here. So now I can have an x, and I add the exponents. 4 plus 3 is 7. The next one, right here, if you notice, I've got 3 coefficients. I've got 2 times 3, which is 6. 6 times 6, well, that's 36. And now my x's. This one does not have a coefficient, not a coefficient, an exponent on it, so I'll put a 1. 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 1 is 11. X to the 11th. Take a minute and do these 2 problems right here. Pause the video and come back and see how you did. Well, on number 4, I have x's that are the same. I have 2 plus 3, which would give me x to the 5th power. Then I have y to the 1st power. 1 plus 2 is 3. Y to the 3rd power. Number 5, my coefficients are 6 times 7, which is 42. These both have a power of 1. So does this one. X to the 3rd, so 3 plus 1, x to the 4th. Y, 1 and 2, y to the 2nd power. Number 6 and 7, pause the video, try and work them out and see how you did. On number 6, this has a negative, that's the same as a negative 1. So I have negative 1 times negative 4, which is positive 4. My exponents, 2 and 3, is x to the 5th, and you would have y to the 10th power because you would add those numbers. On number 7, 1/2 times 2, well, half of 2 is 1. Then I add my exponents for my x's, x to the 3rd power, y to the 5th. You can write it with the 1, or most likely you'll just see it written as x to the 3rd, y to the 5th. There's number 8 and 9. Pause the video and try and see how you do. I have negative 2 times 2, which is negative 4. I've got x's, 2 plus 2, so it should be x to the 4th. Y to the 3 plus 3 is 6. On the next one, negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Negative 8 times 5 is negative 40. X's, add your exponents, x to the 7th. Well, this is the only y, so I'll just add a y right there. Now we have 10, 11, and 12. I would pause the video, do those 3 problems, and come back and see how you did. Alright, I have negative 4 times negative 1, which is 4, and 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. I have an x here, there's an x to the third power, y and y to the fourth power. Number 11, 2 times 5 is 10. You should have gotten x to the fifth power because that has a 1 right there. Next one, 12, and I have x to the second power, y to the third power, z to the seventh power.